her own shoulders. I could not stand a Big Mac, a Coke, and a fries on them, could I? Chris Hadfield, one of my favourite knobheads in the whole world. I couldn't stand this bitch when I used to be a flat earther. The earth's flat. Let's get that right. I'm not saying the earth's not flat. I used to be a flat earther. This was the first person I've virtually sung about on the space station. Poncho Pete to ground control. You've hidden God and stole our souls. That's what you've done. I saw this picture. And I did say egghead at the time. He's got an egghead, but for the life of me, I couldn't recognise it was a woman. Right now, after 7 years of forensic training, I can only see that skull. The 5 head, the close set eyes, the sloping narrow jaw. The 5 head, the close set eyes, the sloping narrow jaw, the small high set ears, the widest in the hairline look, the skull bellows outwards into Mickey Mouse ears. See them? Chris Hadfield, Canadian professional liar, fake Adam's raisin implant, fake in space. There is no such thing as outer space. If you still believe in space, wake up. Even for Christians who believe in space, if space exists, where's heaven? And don't tell me the kingdom, because the kingdom of heaven resides within me, I agree. But heaven itself is elsewhere. The kingdom of heaven resides within me, I agree. Chris Hadfield, biological woman, professional female liar. They go on 0G planes. How did they thank the space station? 0G plane. First of all, NASA get 50 million a day. That means within a week they could buy themselves a fleet of jumbo jets, hollow out all the seats, and then take passengers up in the plane and then go down in the plane. That's what it is. It's called a parabolic flight. You go up, you crest, and as you reach the crest here, everything becomes zero gravity as you believe it to this. Everything will float. You'll look like Superman, but only for 40 to 50 seconds, thereabouts. You get about a minute doing it. So what you do, instead of having a hollowed out plane, you create the space station. You create the plane to look like that, and then you fly your little astronauts up and down in it for 50 seconds at a time. That's one way to do it. Then they've also got green screen, space station, green screen. Bearing in mind I was the first flat earther ever to paint his wall green, get his mate to put a hook in the RSJ in the ceiling, lend me a body harness and winched into the floor and raised myself off my own floor in my own house and floated around on my own green screen. Made for less than 50 quid. A bucket of paint and a few bits and bobs. I did it at home for 50 quid. Imagine what you can do with 50 million a day. You could fool the world. There's no such thing as bendy water. The world's flat, look. Flat. They love to show you that the world's flat. But no, the world's so big it's a ball. Bollocks. Do you know what? I was arguing earlier on with Scott up the road. It was so funny. He was drunk and he was so adamant gravity existed. And what did I know? I said, gravity's real. So something that spins, you'll stick to it. Yes. I went, have you got an electric drill? He went, yeah, look here. I went, have you got a tennis ball? He went, Ted. Grabbed his tennis ball. I went, now go and roll your ball in Ted's dog shit in the garden. Stick it on the drill and then turn the drill on in front of your face. As pissed as that man was, he refused to do it to prove that gravity existed because he knew that he was going to get dog shit all over his face. Do you know what he said to me? The tennis ball is empty. It's got no mass. So the dog shit won't stick to it. You're killing me, Scott. You're killing me. There's no such thing as gravity. It's called density and buoyancy. That's what existed before gravity. Your theory of gravity. Remember, it's a theory. Remember, it is a theory, nothing more. Chris Hadfield, are you in the backfield file? Of course you are. We got 2 of them. An old one and a new one. But this is how you prove these people wrong. You see, real science is observable, testable, and repeatable. And when you repeat it, you get the same answer. That is science. That is science. Oh, I ripped him apart on everything. Distance to the sun, range of vision. And his son was sober. His son's head was in pieces. Especially when I said, in space, no one can hear you. And Scott went, scream! And I went to his son, Josh. I said, Josh, in a vacuum, if you put an alarm clock in it, a bell, ding-ling-ling-ling, guess what happens to the bell sound? You can't hear it. Because in a vacuum, in space, no one can hear you screaming. Oh, wow. I said that means radio and sound frequencies, because that's what they are. Frequency, sound. Sound can't travel through a vacuum, can it? He went, no. I went, what does flames need to breathe? He said, oxygen. I said, what is there none of in space? He went, oxygen. He went, Scott went, the sun's hydrogen. I said, are you now telling me that space is full of hydrogen? He went, yeah. I went, well, why did they call it space? It's like arguing with 4-year-olds because they've got no clue how to debate a real flat earther. They have got no idea how to debate me. I get them so mad so quick. So that's why I became a trans investigator. They can see the skeletons are wrong. They can tell when they're looking at soft eyes and wide eyes and big teeth and little teeth and 4 heads and 5 heads. They can tell. And then when I show them an astronaut with a big 5 head, it automatically dawns on you. You're looking at Tom Hanks. These people that say Tom Hanks is Chris Hadfield, Jimi Hendrix is Morgan Freeman, it's got no basis. The only thing that they've got in common is they've got the same skulls. That's why they look alike. Men, in life, we meet doppelgangers, don't we? Men that look like us, women that look like you, ladies. And it's because you've got the same skull, nothing more. You've got the same haircut, the same colour eyes. You're very similar in face. That's why Tom Hanks looks like Chris Hadfield here. Right there. Look at that 5 head. Forget about the moustache. In fact, we can get Tom Hanks with a moustache. Tom Hanks moustache. There you go. We'll get Tom with a moustache. That one there. Can you see Chris Hadfield? Watch. 1, 2, 3. Chris Hadfield. 5 head, close set eyes, high set ears, moustache, sloping jaw. 5 head, close set eyes, high set ears, moustache, sloping jaw. Look at that back cave in his neck where he's had a trachea scar. Let's come back to class. Chris Hadfield walking is your final answer. And we'll put her to sleep. Space don't exist. Astronauts are fake. Every single picture of space, there were no stars. Explain to me where the stars are. You can't see them. What do you mean you can't see them? What's that then? Why are the stars in this picture? It's AI. All right, let's go to the moon landings. Where's the stars? You can't see them in space. If you can't see them in space, why can I see them from Earth then? Why can I see them in daylight from Earth? Why can I see Venus, Mercury, Mars in the morning, late at night? Why can I see them? You're talking wet, double answers, circular reasoning is what you're talking, and you won't accept your own mistake, and that is why God is going to punish you. You'll be wailing at the end because your friends and family tried to help you. They loved you so much they'd let you think they was crazy. Scott earlier on, literally on the tip of his tongue, was saying I was crazy. I went, really? You think you descended from a monkey? Oh, but that's all right. What, saying water's level's not all right, but descended from monkeys is? He went, yeah. I went, can your dog shag a cat? He went, yeah. I said, will they have babies? He went, yeah. I went, no, they won't, you thick monkey. He called us ants as well. I went, I'm not an ant. I am a divine special creation. You can be an ant. You can be an ant, Scott, but not me. I'm divine. I was created by God, knitted together in my mother's womb. I'm not insignificant. I'm not a peak. I'm not a speck of dust on a spinning rock. I'm a special creation that's come to realise God created all things. All things bright and beautiful. The Lord God made them all. He made them all. And I'll tell you what he did. He made a light for the day and a light for the night. And you'll never, ever, ever stand. This is another one. Explain to me, for all you dickheads out there who think the moon's real and not a light, because God said it's just a lesser light. There's the moon. There's the moon glowing. There's the moon glow. It glows. It glows. You've got no way of disproving it. It glows. It's bright. It's almost as bright as the sun. It's a lesser light, but it glows. It literally glows. If you can explain to me why the astronauts on the moon don't glow here, well, that's amazing. You can't get shadows on the moon. It's in direct sunlight. Bores me, it really does. Chris Hadfield walking. Game over. There's no gates there, but they are.